So we're actually de-evolving. And how this is happening goes back to, for example, the tree of knowledge from the Garden of Eden. When they gained knowledge, they used it to override faith and belief and understanding. That's when they also became aware that they were naked and that they had boundaries and beliefs and there were separations. And ever since then, it's gotten worse. Words and knowledge are from outside of us, not from inside. And so it disconnects us from life force energy, the universal energy. And so all of a sudden you have religion and math and science and psychiatry and all these divisions of what knowledge is correct. And then because of language, you have all these languages that don't intermingle anymore. German, French, English, are all offsprings. And if you think about some are based on Romantic languages and some are based on Latin. So it's even gotten more diversified through time. And now we've gotten to a point where we use Google Translate because we can't even understand the languages. And because of AI and ChatGPT, we don't even have to think anymore. We don't have to actually use our brain to understand things, to comprehend things. We just use machines to do it for us. We're actually de-evolving. So remember when I told you about how the Greeks used hieroglyphics, which are essentially emojis, which are essentially representations of emotions or ideas. And they say a picture is worth 1,000 words. So the 1,000 words that we would have to use to explain something could be explained by a picture, such as an emoji. And what would be even more powerful than an emoji would be the actual thought itself. And so a story told while people listen, you would paint the picture in your mind based on the words. Kind of parallels the emoji, but it makes it internalized. You bring your own energy into it. But what would be even stronger than that is communicating directly from mind to mind, sharing visions, ideas, dreams directly, stepping inside somebody else's mind and actually seeing everything, all the details. And if that's ability to transfer visions and ideas and ESP, whatever you want to call it, imagine if you could do that over distances. And that would explain why there's creations all over the world that the pyramids, Machu Picchu, all these things that popped up without any direct physical contact between the indigenous peoples. And yet the technology was shared, the ability to create these was shared. And also a lot of times the meaning behind them was shared. They focused on certain constellations like Orion. And so that kind of ability, energy, connection is so far beyond anything that we have today that we are actually de-evolving because we've chosen outside thoughts to have more strength than our internal beliefs and abilities and trust and faith within ourselves. And if everything is energy, Knowledge destructs energy. It breaks it apart. So if we remove knowledge and thoughts, the next step in of strength would be ideas, because we have to put action into it. We have to use our own inner power mixed with the real world to come up with ideas, ways of doing things. And that would be within our heads, within our brains, within our experiences of the world. But what if we go deeper into our heart, which we know has a stronger energy force than our brain, our thoughts ever did? That's where belief and faith and trust and connection and vision comes from, is within our heart, in our energy center. And that's where losing the identity removes all the knowledge and the outside views, and we become without parameters, we become without barriers, we become without ways of trying to explain it, because we don't have to, because we are all connected at our heart and through energy. And that's where you find God. And that's where we are God. We are the energy. We are completely part of this. When you lose your identity, you lose your separation, and you become purely the energy. And that's where everything used to be connected. We were actually de-evolving because of ego.